Hello, welcome down onto the puzzle desk, and in today's video we've got something a little bit different. We're going to be doing this. So this is a puzzle and riddles, clue solving, numbers, symbols, the lot. Okay, so this is an exit the puzzle game. This cost me £18, that's all, on Amazon. I'll leave links down below where you can get hold of it. You may have heard of it, exit the game. It was usually exit the game, that's what you've probably heard of. And what it is you solve riddles, you get 3-digit clues, you put them into a wheel and you solve it and solve it and solve it. This is like that, but it has a 500-piece puzzle inside it as well. So you complete the puzzle, you solve the riddle, and you reveal the secret. Okay, so, right, and then if we ping it over, it kind of explains it a little bit more. So you discover the puzzle picture, so we kind of need to build that. We solve the riddles using the puzzle, then we get the 3-digit code with what I believe is a grid that you build around the puzzle, and then you solve the mystery of the hidden garden. Okay, so that's 1-to-1, that's how big the pieces are. And there's going to be 500 of them. So we've got a 500-piece puzzle, 68 centimeters by 48. We'll need to zoom out. A storybook with riddles, collection box, a solution frame, and a rule book with clues and solution. Okay, so let's further ado. Let's get this cracked open. Right, so there's all your puzzle pieces and your 2 books and your cardboard pieces. Right. Okay, so let's take a look at the book. So there's a storybook with the riddles. I don't think I'm going to need this yet. No, I need to read the instructions first. That's fine. So these are the instructions. And what's this game about? So this is a little bit about it in here. And then this is what we need to be doing. So the storybook, which is here. The puzzles, which we've got. The rule book with instructions, piece of flame, solution box. Okay, game setup. Carefully remove the 9 pieces of the solution frame and the 5 pieces of the collection box. From the punch board, use a sharp object to select the collection box and assemble the box as shown. Right, so let's crack on building this then. So these are the pieces that go around the edge of the board. I won't need that until I've built it. And I've got to build this now using that. There you go. That's built. I'm assuming I'm going to need that later. Might be part of it. And let's have a look now. What's next? So now it says here, take the puzzle bag and assemble the jigsaw from the 500 puzzle pieces. You can find an image of the composed image on page 3 when the puzzle is complete and you already begin the game. Return to page 4 of the rule book and continue reading from there. So there we go. That's the puzzle, which is also on the front of the box there. We've got to build that, and then once we've done that, I'm going to find out the rules on how to play it. Okay, right then, so we've got everything we need, I think. I think we can crack on now. So, yeah, there's all my puzzle pieces in there. 500 of them. I'm going to clear some space. I'm going to get a coffee. If you want to go and grab a coffee, go and get one now, because I'm going to spin through the build really quickly and we'll get to the solving later. If you want to buy me a coffee, because it's empty at the minute, I'll leave links down below where you can go. I really appreciate the support, but liking, sharing and subscribing is free, so I would really appreciate it if you did that. Okay, so just going to share this about, and I'm going to go and get all this set up, get this built, and I'll be back in however many hours it takes me to build the puzzle. See you in a bit. And here it is, and we are done. Okay, so that took around 3.5 hours to do, so I'm not going to win any medals for doing it, but it was okay once you get going. There were some really tricky bits I got stuck on a little bit because there's one colours, but I'm sure you'll be fine with it. Okay, so now what we need to be looking at is we need to be looking at these. So these pieces here, this box and these 2 books. So if I bring them over, one is an instruction book and this is your riddle book, okay? Because the first thing I've actually read on how to play it, because there's a few rules and I'm going to explain them to you rather than learn it on camera. But we need to build this first. So this goes around the edge of the puzzle, up there and along there. So let me just quickly build that. Right, there we go, and we've got a grid now, so we've got a grid of X and Y. So these all along here, you're going to get a 3-digit code, okay, somewhere in this puzzle. When we read through the riddles, so this is the first riddle, the wardrobe, we're going to get a 3-digit code. And if I quickly explain what the 3-digit code is, if you look on here on the wardrobe, there were like 3 bar charts. There'd be 1 medium, 1 small and 1 large. Okay, so for example, it would be 1 like that, 1 like that and 1 like that in any sort of order. But there will also be a gap between 1 and the other 2. So it could be that, which would mean that the X is this single code here and this one is a double number. Okay, so let's pick a random number, 396. For this case, the smallest number here would be 3, so this would be 3. 9 is the longest number, which is that one, and 6 is the middle number. Therefore, we would be looking at 369. Okay, and therefore we'd come onto here and we'd find 3. And then we'd find 69, which there probably isn't. No, okay. And then we would triangulate the position to a puzzle piece, and then we would take that puzzle piece out. Okay? Trust me, it makes sense when we get on with it. Right, so let's have a look, because what we're going to be doing first is we're going to be doing what is called the mysterious wardrobe, which I know is over here. So it says here, in front of you is a cosy room with a stunning overgrown garden. You wander attentively past the scattered notes, bottles and strange equipment. Plants have worked their way into the room and even wild animals seem to have found a home here. What strange world have you wandered into? Your eyes are drawn to the wardrobe, which we've shown, in which are stored a clay jugs, books and old cauldrons. Jugs, books, cauldrons. The bottom, you can make the check a feeling that a few of the important things are missing. The bottom compartment is secured with a lock. You see the image of 3 bars on the door. Your instincts tell you that whatever the lock is, dead for prying eyes. Right, so we need to find, I reckon, a jug and a book and a cauldron to fit in there. But if you look in there, the bar chart we're looking for is medium space, so that's going to be the medium number is going to be a single number, and then we have the small and then large, right? So that's going to be the medium number, that's going to be the small number, that's going to be the large, they're going to be the double digit, that's going to be the single digit. Right, so jugs, books and cauldrons, that's what we need to find. Jugs, books and cauldron. There's your book. And it's got a 3 written on it. Right, that was easy. So, books, and the book has a 3 written on it. Okay, so 3, this one. I don't know yet. Let's get rid of that. Right, so we know the first digit is 3. Jugs now. Here's one. there with a backwards L written on it. There it is. There. I got it. See this broken jug? If you put that lid on there, that's going to make a... So that symbol there is that. That symbol there is that. It's a 9, isn't it? Right, so we've got 3, 9. Jugs and book. I'm looking for a cauldron now. It looks like one of them. That's dark. It might even be small because it might not fit in there. I've only got half a mug of coffee. I'll fill it up in a second. Is that it? No. No. There's. You see it? Big old thing. I can't quite see that. Let's see if we can knock some... Right, let's kick that light off because it's easier to see over here now. There we go. Look, it's a 1. So it's already got a 1 written on it. Okay, so that cauldron there has a 1 engraved on it. So it's 1391. So we know 3 is going to be that one. 1, 9. So we know it's 319. So 3 there. 19 there. It's that piece there. All right, I've got to take this piece out now. There we go. Then we line it up with that. Oh, bang! Get in there, boy! Right, so if that fits, that was quite easy. I don't know if all the other ones are going to be easy. There are, in total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that was just number 1. Brilliant. What do we do with that then? You can turn the page. Correct puzzle piece. Yes. Hurrah! Then you have found the right code. You can now continue reading. Brilliant. You entered the code 319 into the combination lock. Your delight. It pops open the compartment. You find a small, strange box and various scrolls with some green paint stuck to them. Confused, you run to the colour palette next to the easel. It's the same pigment mix. You suspect that this colour may play an important role in your investigation. As you reach for the box in order to store the paint sample, an inscription suddenly lights up at its sides. Unfortunately, you can't decipher it. Okay, so that on the side there. Grab the collection box and place the puzzle piece with the green colour inside, and it'll help you figure out later on what's happened to this mysterious garden. Right, so I've got my puzzle piece in there. Now we are on number 2. The Shining Stars. Satisfied, you look at the first 2 scrolls. Constellations. You don't remember ever seeing these star constellations before. I have seen some stars. There's a star there. As you look closer, you notice small dots and arrows. Look more like directions. You think surprised, but directions for what? You wish the case was a little clearer. What is certain that these constellations are part of the next riddle. On the last scroll of the compartment, you can see a sketch of a book. You peer curiously around the room. You've seen the book before. Apparently a certain M has a penchant for drawing. It is clear that the book seems to have been important to M, otherwise he wouldn't have sketched it out. You would need to find it. What's on the floor somewhere? Well, it's there. So, next one is the book. We're on number 2, which is, looks like medium. It could be a double number here. So we're looking medium, and then space, large. All right, that's your code. That's going to be a double digit, and that's going to be a single digit. But we need to find the constellation. So the only stars I've found when I was making it were here. Let's put this, without knocking that, let's put this down here so we can see it a bit better. Right, so we need to find these. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. Oh, there's another star there and there. Right, so there's 3 stars there. They're the only stars, unless it's these, because these look like stars. But I don't think. No. It's got to be these. It's got to be these stars here. There's another one. Hang on. There's another one. There's another one. We've got E, U, R, O, H there. So that one and that one could be. No, it's going to be that, isn't it? That angle. If that one is the H. Going directly along, that would be O. So this one here, this line here would be H. Along to this one would be O. Down past that one to there, U. Back up to the R. And then over to the S. S, hours. Right, bingo. Let's do this one now. So starting over here. Oh god, is this starting over? Is there one up there? There is. Right, starting over here. This one here has got to be maybe R. Let's type R. Let's start with R. R, down 1, U. Up here, N, down here, E, and then up here, S. Hours, runes, hours on the clock, runes. How do I link hours? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. I. Why has that clock got an I instead of 7? S instead of 1. So on this clock face here, where the 1 is, there's actually an S. And on this clock face, instead of a 7, there's an I. Let's just go back over this again. You wish to look at what's on the last scroll in the compartment. You can see a sketchbook, which is that, and this other clock. Right. Okay. So the clocks. There's a instead of over here, this clock here. Instead of 3, there's an X. Here, number 1 is an S, and over here, 7 is I. Right, 3X, 1S, 7I. 6. That would be 6, wouldn't it? Because that spells out 6. Hours and runes. Okay, so runes, EZ. Or is that an N? Well, let's go EZ first. EE. EE, ZE, V. EEZ. That's an N. That's an N. So it's right. So my runes are ENEEV, which There's got to be an L somewhere, isn't there? To spell 11. Is there another rune somewhere? L. It's 11. Right, there we go. So it's E-L-E-V-E-N 6. Well, that's got to be 11. Right, I'm going to plump for this. That's got to be 11. And then 6. Or is it 66? Well, 6 and 11. So 11, 6. So 11. Isn't along there. There's 11. 6. Well, shall I just try that one? I thought the first digit was going to be along the X. Obviously not. Right, let's see if this fits. Get in there, boy! First time. Right. I'm gonna turn it over now, and I'm hoping it matches. Get in! There we go. Lovely. Right, let's put that in. Let's put that in my box there with the other one. I assume that's where it goes. Correct puzzle piece. Fantastic, you have identified the correct code. You can now continue reading. You found the book that's shown in the sketch relatively quickly. It was under the rocking chair in the main room. Yep, using the code 116, you can now look for the next clue. The code takes you directly to the water lily pond. There you discover a small silver key in a water lily. That could fit, you exclaim happily. You carefully place the white water lily in your collection box, which I've done, and the inscription lights up again. This pleases you immensely. It has pleased me immensely, yes. Next, you try to open the lock on the book with the key. You can place the puzzle piece in the water lily in your collection box, which I've done. A very tricky problem. You open the book excitedly, however, all you find are formulas, and more formulas, and a few encrypted notes. Maybe that's the reason why a double page of drawing catches your eye. You can see 3 ants. They're on here. 1, 2, and 3. Seen them. Next to them, a few arrows that seem to indicate directions, okay? And the sketch of a kind of a ladder made of plants. Interesting, you think. You bravely attempt to ignore the fact that these exact colour ants are from the book crawling in front of you. Only they are huge and real. Aha! So, 2 up, 1 left. Up, left, left, right, right. Up, right, 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 left, left, left. Head first from the flower to flower. Right. At first, you have no idea what all this means. Then you discover a wooden box secured with a lock on the sofa. That's here. 3 golden ants and bars of different heights decorate its sides. Aha, you think, another riddle. You slowly realise that M didn't want you to make certain information easily accessible. Did he perhaps suspect that he would soon disappear? What did he want to hide? In any case, you can only open the box if you understand the entry in the book. It is also clear that a compass won't help you here. You have to see things from the ant's viewpoint. Right? Okay. So try to solve the riddle of the ants using the 3-digit code. Fine. So we're going to find the 3-digit code now for the ants. Let's leave that book there because that's the code we're going to be having there from the ant. So we're working on this bit here. There's a yellow ant there, blue ant there, and a red ant there. So the red ant goes up 2 and left 1. Okay, so that would be up 2 and left 1. Which would get me that. What does that make? Sorry, very quickly. For this one, we're looking at the... What's this? What's this one? This is the wooden box. So we're on the wooden box now. Box. And it is large, medium. So large, medium, and then a small. So we're looking for the large digit, medium digit, small digit will give us a double figure and a single figure. Righty-o-key. let's bounce here. 2 up, 1, 2, 1 left. The ant, which would be, so remember here, it is from its viewpoint, okay? So from its viewpoint, you go forward, but this ant here is facing downward, so it will be like that. So it's down 1, left 1, and left again. No, not doing something right here. So if this ant, let's go from this ant here, which is this. So forward, then right, right, right. So forward. Oh, okay, right, I get you now. Forward. Okay, so the ant, right, that's the head of the ant, that's the back of the ant, right? So you go forward 1, which is that way. Then you go right 1, which goes to there. Then you go right another 1, which takes you to there. Then you go right another 1, which takes you to there. Then you go left, which would take you to there. Then you go left again, which takes you to there. And then left again, which takes you to there. So the ant would end up there on this one. It can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think it can be 8 because there's literally 9, 10 numbers. So the red one goes up, up, left. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Forward, left, left, right. Check this out. I've got it. Right. So the red one follows this path, okay? So here he goes up, up, left, okay? Which is, if you look on here now, is up, up, left. Okay? Blue one is forward, which is like that. Left, which is like that. Left is like that. Right is like that. Right is like that. Can you see where I'm going with this? And now the red one is, oh, sorry, the yellow one is forward. So we go down like that. And then we've got to go right, which is that way. And then right again, which is that way. Right again, which is that way. Left again is that way. Left, left. 758. It's got to be in it. It's got to be 758. So in here, the 5 would be there, 7 would be there, and 8 would be there. 87, 5. Come on! 87 or 5. I don't know. I've lost. I didn't think it was. Oh, there's not. 87. There's 5, surely. Yes, 5. This one. This one, it's got to be. Come on. Right. So I think it's this one. Let's turn the page and see. Oh, hang on. Let's see if it fits first. There's your first step. Here's your first step. Fits a tree. Come on. Nail me. Yes. Get in there, boy. Come on. Correct puzzle piece. Fantastic. You have identified the correct code. You can now continue reading. It took a lot of effort for you to guide the giant ants from the flower to flower. It did. Head first was easier said than done, but at least you got the code later. 875. Brilliant. You are now standing in front of a magic gigantic tree that has fought its way into the house from the outside. It bears wondrous flowers. This? There's a big tree there. You can locate a single fly, luckily of normal size, on a leaf. Catching it is no problem. Yeah, so it was there. Now put the puzzle piece with the fly into your collection box. Done. There's all my 3 pieces in there now. Chapter 4, The Early Bird. Under the leaf. Under the leaf on which the fly was sitting, you find a golden key with which you can open the wooden box. Well, that was handy. You open the box, but all that is inside is an old logbook that has seen better days. In a particularly well-thumbed place in the book, you see a sketch of a young plant in a bottle of glowing liquid. There's lots of glowing liquids in here. There's one there. There's one there. 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 There's lots of them. Right, back into here. Who is this M and what experiments did he do here? Your gaze falls on the old cargo crate in the room. Your instincts tells you to open this box next. To do this is probably necessary to solve the riddle in the logbook. Okay, so the cargo box, which there is this one. All right, so let's call it cargo. Is small first, space, large, medium. Right, it's saying about this. Right, here we go. So start here. You see that? I've seen that. That's on here. That's there. So there's my starter. So my starter is that, which is 38.6. So my starter is 38.6. You take a closer look at the drawing on the logbook. The label on the bottle seems to be particularly important. You can see various numbers on the labels of the bottle in the room that reminds you of something. Try and solve the logbook. So if I take that 38.6 and I go 38.6, it goes to this one. So this, we know this is right. So what's that? 73.6. That's next. 73.6 goes to 17.9. 17.9 goes to 18.81. 18. Oh, yeah. 81. Let's see if I can get it without looking at the numbers. There. It's got to be the top one, isn't it? Yeah. 12.9. 12.9. Oh, we're back to here. So do we think 12.9 is the last? 12.9 was the last code. I'm gonna plump for it. 921. So we need 192. Oh no, because there's not a 92. So 12.9 was that. 38.6. 38.6 got me there. He's just doing a loop. 12.9. So we've got all them. We need to work out what we're doing with them. So we know that they go around, they seem to work from place to place. We've got different. So 38.6 to 73.6 gets me to here. I'm wondering if it's going to be tracing out a shape again. So let's try here. 38.6. So let's say this is a starting point of 38.6. We're going to 73.6. No, we go to 38.6, sorry. 38.6, which is down there. So it would be like that. 73.6 is there. So that would be along, like that. 17, 9. 17, is that 9? Yeah. Up to there, which is that. Right. 1881 is there. Oh, I'd go up to there. And then 12, 9. 12, 9, which will take you back to there. Right. So that forms that shape. 5, 1. Oh, here we go. That's got to be it, isn't it? Right. So I have over here that shape with the path that led me. It made that shape, which is a pentagon. Right. Now, if we look on here, the pentagons are 5, 0, 1. Please no more. No. So 5, 0, and 1. That 5, 1, 1. Sorry, 0. 5, 1, 0. Right. Okay. So 5, 1, 0. 0 would be that one. 5 would be that one. 1 would be that one. 0, 5, 51. 0, 51. Oh God, there's a 0. 51. Yes. That one. Take this bit out. I'll tell you what. Get in. Well, that fits. Let's see. That fits nicely. Let's check. Let's check. Come on. Come on. Get in. Yes. Right. Correct puzzle piece. Get in. You have entered the code 051 into the lock. When you lift the lid of the box, a snake jumps out at you. You reflexively sway it away. It flies in a high arc to the near tree and hangs there lifeless. Is there a snake in there? Anyway, let's move on. I've killed a snake. What a bad joke, you think, as you tried to pull the rubber snake down by its tongue. It's a rubber snake, thank God for that. However, the tongue gives away surprisingly easily and slides to the floor. That didn't go as expected. Shrugging your shoulders, you picked it up and put the tongue into your collection box. Now put the puzzle piece. Oh, right, yeah, okay. Oh, there we go. So, this puzzle piece here, there's the snake there. It's got a little bit of tongue on it. That red bit up there is a bit of snake tongue. Lovely, that goes in the box. Done. We're now on chapter 5, which is going to be a fresh page in the book. A change of perspective. And you notice that you tore down one of the murals on the pillar during your fight with the rubber snake. A hidden safe, you shout with joy. You feel that behind this iron door lies the answer to all of your questions. With new energy, you devote yourself to the opened cargo crate. In addition to a pile of straw, you find a really heavy stone tablet inside. How old is this thing? You lift it out and examine the strange illustration. But wait a minute, these animals live here. You've seen them scurrying around place to place. What could that mean? I have seen animals, yes. I've seen these 3, definitely. These 3, one there, and there's a squirrel. I've seen a squirrel somewhere. Down there. There you go, there's the squirrel. So the squirrel's there, the fox is there, the bat is there. Right. An uneasy feeling slowly creeps over you. What was Em researching? First, all the equipment and sketches, then magically glowing items and strange potions in various bottles. Now this stone tablet. Carefully, you brush your finger over the image of the squirrel, and to your surprise, a real one jumps out of its hiding place and runs to a specific point in the room. It stares intently at the easel. You look at the squirrel in disbelief. It almost seems like it wants to help you. When you touch the image of the fox and bat, they also come out of their hiding places. You observe how they also stare at something very specific from a certain perspective. Do the animals want to show you where the number words for the next code are? Right. And then, okay, so this is obviously the easel. The squirrel here did it say about the squirrel? Squirrel jumps on. It stares intently at the easel, which it's doing. Yep. Right, so the squirrel is looking at the easel. The bat is looking at something, but we've got to look at it upside down, right? So the bat is looking at something. The fox is looking at this little lot here. Right, and the bat is looking almost down. Do we think to this bit of the tree here that it's looking at? These words here. Oh, there you go. Look, 4. Hang on. Yeah, boy. Right, okay. I've got these two now. So the bat is 4. Right, so what are we looking at? We're looking at, is it the easel? Where are we looking? Where are we going to put the crate? Okay, so we're looking in this safe here. So the safe, right, is small, large, and then a medium. That's the numbers we're looking for. And the bat is looking at a number 4, or word 4. The fox, now I'm going to have to show you with the power of I will put it in here. Okay, so here, if we see these, if I come down here, ready, look at that. There we go, 7. So the fox is looking at number 7. Sweet. Right, so fox is 7. And the squirrel, is that the same type of clue? Though it is from its own perspective, so I think maybe it is that way. Let's look. Oh god, let's try the phone trick again, because that seemed to be quite easy. Right, so if I go down, let's just block off some light so it's easier to see. The squirrel is like facing from like that direction. So I'm looking at it, I'm basically down to the level of the desk, and I'm looking at it from the angle of the squirrel. And it's forming, I can see it there, that. O, all right, T, O, it's got to be 2. T. Oh, that's got to be W, isn't it? Doesn't look like a W. O. T, W, O. Right, so this bit here, if you look at it from an angle here, like this, that is a T there. That, well, it doesn't really look like a W, but I think it's got to be a W, and that's got to be an O. In fact, if you squint, can you see the slightly darker with them? 2. Right. Squirrel 2. Right, so 4, 7, 2. 2 there. 7, 4. 27, 4. 27, 4. Was that right? No. 27, 4 there. It's got to be this one. It looks like it's right. Go on! Go on! Get in. Nice. Nice. Fantastic. You have identified the correct place. You can now continue reading. Well, that was a rather strenuous. You had to lay on the ground to make yourself as small as a squirrel. You crouched behind the fox to get his perspective. And the highlight was that you had to climb the tree and then hang upside down almost acrobatically. You're really proud of yourself. I am. The code 274 then led you directly to the Petri dish. You can pop that into the little handy collection box. So there's my little box. So let's put the Petri dish inside. Nice. Number 6. How many did we say there was? 7? So penultimate one. Full of excitement, you open the safe, but all you find inside is a letter. You read it fervently and learn that a Z Merlin found a strange energy stone during his adventures. With the development of a magical machine, he was now able to brew potions with genetically modified potions, and his magical spirit of exploration awakened. Merlin gradually created a secret, unreal world beneath his villa. You stare at the glass cube mentioned in the letter in disbelief and look for a clue as how it can be activated. Tell you what, we're going to have a little break. I'm going to go and refill my coffee. I suggest you do too. Go and grab yourself a drink, a coffee or a drink or a tea, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. Fresh coffee, fresh outlook on life. Let's do this. We've only got a couple more to go. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on to number 6, which was this one, wasn't it? The Checkmate, the chessboard, which is down here. Let's start a new page on here. What's it called? Checkmate, isn't it? Yeah, let's call it Checkmate. Or let's call it chess. Right, so what we need to do is read this board here. I'll leave a picture of it up there so you can see it better. So the black bishop moves diagonally till it moves no further. The white rook, black rook, white bishop. Okay, so they move. So let's start with the black bishop. Moves till it can move no further. A-R-E. Black bishop. A-R-E. White rook moves in a straight line until it can move no further. Well, it can't move right because I'd assume it's being blocked now, so it has to move left. So it's NGS. Okay. Black rook is here. Well, that could be spar 1, car, or ear. Spar. Let's do that. Car. Spar. 1 ear. And the white bishop moves diagonally until it can move no further. Oops. HT. This isn't right. There's no way I can get a word from that. Right. Oh, there we go. Got it. So scrap it. Everything I've just done. Ignore that. Ignore that. Ignore that. Black bishop is how many squares are. It says there. So you've got the black bishop and you move to the first one. It's how many squares are. So how many squares are. And so you move a straight line until it can move no further. They're in the things. They're in the things. Moves a straight line. Black. Blue. Okay, it's going to be this way. That spar. That spar. And moves diagonally till it can move no further. Cull in the sunlight. Right, let's put it down there. Sparkle in the sunlight. Okay, so the riddle is, how many squares are there in the things that sparkle in the sunlight? I've seen something that sparkles there. When I was building it, there's something that sparkles there. How many squares are there? Well, I assume there's 3 things because I need 3 numbers. Well, there's that one, which is the bottle. That has, well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 squares. I've just got to find something else that sparkles. There's something. There, that mug there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very quickly, they're the numbers we need. So small space. So we need a small space, large, medium. Large, medium. Right, that's what we're going for. So 6, 5, and then I need something else with squares that sparkle. Boom. There. 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. 6, 5, 4. So we're looking at 4, 65. 65 and 4. Come on. 65 or 4. 4 there. 65 there. Bang. Whoo. In there, boy. Fits. It's got to be it. Come on. Let's go. Right. So, correct puzzle. You have identified the code 465 on the strange glass cube. Through the glass, you can see the gears inside starting to turn and mist rising. You touch the cube, and with a pop, the clock face attached to the cube open. You look inside enthusiastically. There you see the projection of a torn-out book page. You immediately recognise which page this is meant, and without hesitation, you pick up one of the pages laying on the ground and tear off the corner with the animal tracks, which we did. Now put it in there, which I've done. It's in there now. Chapter 7, this is the last one. You carefully push the well-filled collection box into the glass cube. You watch in fascination as the cryptic characters on the cube transform into readable text. It seems to indicate the last spell used. You can hardly believe it. Was Merlin a powerful wizard? If he was, obviously he made a mistake and transformed himself. You read on curiously and understand how the spell can be reversed. However, you need to know what Merlin has turned into. You think about the clues you have found. They should help you decipher the riddle. All you have to do is find Merlin in all of the chaos. And there's nothing on the other side, I don't think. Right, so it's got to be something to do with these, isn't it? I wonder if these actually make... So that would be very cool if they actually made a puzzle. There's no way that's going to do that, is it? Right. So we have that. No idea what that is. We have someone's tongue, a fly. All right. All right, easy. Easy. Okay, right. Let's see if we can get this. I've got it, I think. What do you think? So I'm not sure what that is. Oh, I can tell you what that is, but I'll tell you in a minute. So a fly, a tongue, a lily pad, and some footsteps, which are clearly feet from the animal I'm thinking of. That is frog spawn. No idea what that is. Guess the colour green. It's a frog, isn't it? Merlin's been turned into a frog. I don't remember seeing a frog in here anywhere. So I guess I've got to find the frog in here. Right. I assume that's right. We're going with it though, because this piece here absolutely gave it away. It's frog's feet. Right, let's try and find a frog. There he is. There he is. Got him. Christ, that took a while. Blimey. That took ages. There's the frog there. There he is. Can you see him in there? There's your frog. Oh, hang on. Let's double check. Come on. Perfect fit. Yeah, boy. Done. Sinking to your knees, you slowly approach the frog and examine it in detail. It looks at you patiently with buggy eyes. Is that supposed to be Merlin? You ask yourself. In response, the frog lets out a loud croak. You look at the frog skeptically. One thing is for certain, you have no idea whether the whole thing isn't just a bad joke. Magic? Who believes in magic? You push a small glass bowl towards the frog. He jumps in without hesitation and looks at you expectingly. That's a good sign, you think. Carefully, you carry the frog to the glass cube, lift the lid and push the collection box with the collected ingredients deeper into the cube. You see both the energy stone and the inscription on the box begin to glow even more. Suddenly you hear a sound of a printer. A short time later, you see a paper piece appear piece by piece from a slot in the glass cube. You look at it curiously. It's a transformation spell. Well, why on earth not? Since you don't know what else to do, you begin to cast a transformation spell, first hesitantly and then increasingly louder. Little fly and colour green help to make the hidden scene. Lily white and flicking tongue help me now to right this wrong. Add the tracks and pour the spawn from frog to Merlin now transform. A bolt of lightning crashes to the ground next to you and suddenly you're standing in a thick cloud of smoke. As it clears, you see an old man with grey hair and a long beard smiling at you gratefully. The frog has disappeared. The man excitedly pulls you towards him in a hug, then dances a few steps in a circle and shakes his limbs. You look at him in surprise. If you're honest, you can't believe what just happened. The old man seems to notice your confusion and calmly explains to you that he mixed up a few formulas when conjuring the glass cube and accidentally transformed himself. As a frog, he was unable to undo the spell. He could only lay out a trail of clues, and so he lingered in his garden, hoping that one day someone smart would come along to rescue him. That's me! You talk to him for a while before you head home. Your next adventure is already waiting for you. And then we have this on the back of the book. So the clever mystery agents, I assume, put my name in there. The best riddle, the most difficult riddle. Okay, the best riddle? Let's think about what they were. Probably this one. I like this one. This one was good because you were tracing the numbers on the ladder. That was the best one. Most difficult riddle. Let's go back, see which ones there were. The safe, the bat, the fox, the bat. Probably this one. Probably this one, seeing the angles. That one was quite easy, and the bat was quite easy. It took me a while to get this one. So I think that was probably... And actually, to be honest, this one was a good one as well. Wasn't it? I really like this one. So a lot of them. Right, well... There we go then. That was it. That was done. We've done this. Let me get the box. This, an exit the puzzle, the Alchemist's Garden. I absolutely loved that. I hope you enjoyed that too. I hope you follow along with me as well because I thought that was absolutely brilliant. I paid £18 for this, for the fact that this took me 3 hours to build and it's probably taken me a couple of hours to do all the clues. You're getting a hell of a lot of value out of that. This is going to be brilliant for someone who likes all the puzzles and riddles, has everything. Right, look, I'm going to celebrate with my coffee now. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to be doing more exit the game stuff and some wooden cubes and some escape rooms, all sorts on the channel. Like I was saying, you can feel free to buy me a coffee or just like and share, absolutely free. I would really appreciate it. Right then, if you've got any questions, let me know on this. Really enjoyed that. Go and have a look at it. Leave links down on Amazon. Please like, please subscribe until the next video. Bye-bye.